Hey, you guys, good evening. This is Shannon with For Humanities going live. Today is Thursday, and I am going live on all of the platforms. And as Coach Dave would say, all of the platforms, but we're not going live on all of the platforms. We're just going live on Facebook, uh, Periscope, Twitch, and what's that other one? YouTube. So, hello, everybody. Again, I'm Shannon with For Humanities. Tonight is Thursday, which is called Sponsor the Big Cup Thursday. And what we do on Sponsor the Big Cup Thursday Day, we talk about Survive and Thrive and the sponsorship on your support in being a sponsor of Survive and Thrive. So, if you don't know, I am Shannon with For Humanities. We are an online t shirt brand. We design and create socially conscious t-shirts, but I'm also the definitely the inspiration and the fun behind Survive and Thrive and For Humanities. So when we are here, we definitely appreciate all of you guys coming and hanging out with us. For those of you guys on Periscope, you're probably like, oh, okay, let me share this broadcast right here. So I'm going to go live because I'm utilizing the restream in order to go live on all these platforms. Thank you to Coach Dave for helping me and hooking me up, and here I am. So let's start by just talking about Sponsor the Big Cup and what is Sponsor the Big Cup and where does this cup come from and what it's all about. So you're like, and why? If you want to know why we should sponsor this big cup, we're going to tell you this story about why and where this big cup comes from. So a lot of you guys know that I am a cancer survivor and I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer back in 2015. And all the while, I shared my journey with you guys. You guys saw when my hair totally fell out, when I was totally bald. I didn't have no eyebrows that you see up here. I didn't have no hair. So all of this hair that what is this, here now or whatever is it wasn't here. So I went live with you guys with no hair, no eyebrows, no eyelashes, and everything. And one day you saw me with hair, and the next day you didn't. And that's just how it went. So I just continue to come live. I share it with you guys, the journey. You guys saw me during radiation, you saw me during chemo, you saw me, you saw me when things, when I wasn't feeling good and when I was okay. And I shared that process, and I appreciate all of you guys who hung out with me and who've been here ever since, and you've seen the transition of where I am right now. So when we talk about this big cup, we've been doing Sponsor the Big Cup for 3 years now. This is the third year, and we are going to be hosting Survive and Thrive in Houston. So Houston is where we're going to be. For those of you guys who want to know more about Survive and Thrive, that's where we're going to be in Houston. So if you are an author, if you have a business, and you're a doctor or therapist or insurance person or money management person, if you're any of those folks, this is be an opportunity for you guys to be here because it's going to be great. And we know everyone needs to have some money management. Everybody does. I mean, sometimes, we either working our money right or we're not. And then as we all know, our money could easily go away. So in order to make this happen, I have a team of people that have been helping me, my Survive and Thrive team. I call them Team Recovery because it's all about recovery and helping and supporting those who are cancer survivors and how to get their life back, but at the same time, how to rejuvenate the mindset, health, wealth, and recovery, because we know that not only the survivor is the person who is recovering, it's the family as well. The family unit is recovering because they all have, gone through some turmoil and they all need support. Hey, Jacqueline, how you doing? I'm utilizing the StreamYard and the Restream on this one. so that I can touch all the bases of all the platforms, all, but not all like Coach Dave, but just all the ones that I want to touch. So we're going to jump right on in and talk about Sponsor the Big Cup and what is this Sponsor this Big Cup and what is this Big Cup all about? Hey, Jacqueline, what is this Big Cup about? So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to downsize myself here and I'll probably just totally just eliminate it so you guys can hear my voice. So I'm just going to go ahead and take myself out of this. I'm doing fine. How are you doing? And then I will show you the actual real big cup once we're done with this. So let's just jump right on in to it. What's the subject? We are talking about sponsor the big cup and how our sponsors are making it possible for us to do survive and thrive, and how having you guys as sponsors have supported me to be able to help others who are other survivors who are working on getting their life back. So that is what we're talking about. Oh, look at that. Zakia is live. So when you think about sponsors, you always think about either someone who is needing some support, needing or a financial organization or needing that support from an organization. The one thing is that these groups of individuals are definitely special because they know that the way they give back and by them giving back is going to definitely help restore humanity. But at the same time, they know that their support will be that catalyst that will change things. Because we all know in order to make things happen, it does take money because someone has to cover the service, someone has to provide the service. And in order for that service to be provided, someone has to get paid for that. So, in order to do some of the wonderful things that we want to do and help people, we have to raise money. So, who we're going to be talking about is those people. Sponsorships, as you know, is like a relationship. It is a relationship that you need to perform and you need to bond and develop. Because when people are saying, okay, you're asking them for money, they want to know what you're doing with it, why, and why should they give you? What type of connection do they have with you in order to get their funds? And these are the things that we want to talk about. So, we're going to quote Roberto Calderia, who says, I call him the sponsorship king. And he says it where he says, sponsorship is about relationship, and relationships raise money. And those are the things that we're looking to do because we know that in order for us to host Survive and Thrive in Texas, in Baltimore, in New York, Miami, in order to go to New Orleans, we have to have revenue because we have to get a venue. We have to get these things so that they will be able to host these events because those companies, they usually are asking for money. So those are the things that we have to do. So now when you think about relationships, usually people say, let's go have a cup of coffee. Let's, go out and hang out for a minute to get to know each other. Well, the big cup is a big cup, and as big as you see this cup on this picture here, the cup is actually really big, but of course it doesn't take up the whole screen. But the thing is that this big cup is definitely have been a blessing because it has enabled us to be able to host these events and help others. And each year it gets better and better. And then people are always talking about how great of a time that they had and the information that they had. Last year we had Dr. Manvi. She is a natural medicine doctor, and she was there giving out a lot of great information about, just how to keep yourself from getting caught up in that issue where your body is stressed out about cancer or about any other sicknesses that could come along and weaken your body and weaken your cells and your immune system. Now, the one thing that I would say as far as a big cup, usually people are having a cup of coffee together and they're going out. But my thing is my big cup is definitely something that's filled with water. Now, back in 2015, as I had shared that I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and part of the recovery and getting over it, you have a lot of side effects. So my body temperature is usually way off, and I usually am hot. And usually what happened was I was going live and Dr. Landry would come on and she would tell me to drink a lot of water, which I still drink water, because in order to, you definitely want to flush that chemo out of your system, because the longer it's sitting in there, the more damage that it can do to your bodies, to your organs, to your, just different parts of the body. And you don't want to have that in there. And even though you had pumped yourself filled with it, I mean, from January to May, I was going and just getting this toxic stuff put in my body to try to kill something else that was trying to kill me. So it was like, okay, the lesser of two evils. So when she said go get a cup, she said drink a lot of water, but she said go get some water, drink water. And I was like, well, how am I going to take in all that much water while I'm broadcasting? So I was like, well, it would make sense if I had like a thermal or a cup. So I found this big cup and I said, well, okay, this is going to be my cup that I'm going to drink from. And so I was hosting my broadcast and talking with you guys, and we were in the throes of Survive and Thrive. We were like, okay, we're planning Survive and Thrive. It was 2 years after or 1 year after my treatment was done when I hosted the first Survive and Thrive, because look, the first year I was like, oh Lord, I'm alive and I don't have to go to chemo. I don't have to have this toxic waste put in my body and having all of these reactions. And then in 2017 is when I said it's time to get moving. Survive and Thrive was created because it was about the fact that I survived it, but I was not going to let it keep me down. So I was like, we're thriving, because you have situations where people can say they survived something, and some of you guys probably have survived something. Some people survive domestic violence. Some people survive, suicide attempts. Some people survive car accidents. They survive something catastrophic that has happened to their lives. But what I've seen in some people, that, and when I was in some of the groups and the cancer groups, where women would say that they survived, but they survive, but they're not thriving. They are depressed. They're feeling sad. They don't feel a part of their families. They just don't know what to do, and they're stuck. And I sit and I'm like, well, wow, how is this? You're alive. You're able to wake up and you're able to see your family. And I was like, what could I do to say how to help them thrive, how to shake off that chemo and shake off that cancer mentality and that cancer feeling of life being over. And so I was like, it's all about thriving. How do you thrive after the fact you're facing death and you're looking at it and you're dealing with it? And you got people, and God help everybody, but you have friends and family who look at it and they look at you and it's like, okay, we're so scared, we're so nervous. And that feeling, it spreads out to the person, because they see you and how you're dealing with it, and it's rough on them too to see you that way. So when we did Survive and Thrive, we were asking for sponsorships, and nobody was sponsoring, and they wouldn't sponsor anything. So I was like, okay, we're gonna figure this out. So I kept asking for sponsorships and saying, okay, who would be a sponsor, who's gonna sponsor. So it wasn't going quite as well as I would have liked. So when the cup came, and this is just where it gets real good, when the cup came, I was live with the cup, and people were looking at the cup and they were like, oh, that's a big cup. And I said, yeah, it is a big cup. I like it too. I could feel it filled with water. And, they were like, well, shoot, where did you get it? And I was like, I think I got it at the 99-cent store, or what's that other one? The Dollar Tree. And I couldn't remember where I got it, but I know I got it at one of those places. So, we were talking and I still was going live, and different people would come into the broadcast and they were like, wow, that's a big cup. I want that cup. And then people started suggesting what they wanted to put in the cup. And Hot Cat gave her suggestions about what she wanted to put in the cup. And it was like, okay, everybody wanted to put something in the cup: coffee, chocolate mint. We had ice cream. We had food and soup, just different things that go in this cup. So when I put the cup up and people were saying, well, that's a big cup. So as I was still going, God just told me to just ask people who want to sponsor this big cup. And it was all about sponsorship, but it was really more about the relationship and how we were developing a relationship and how I was supporting you by talking and sharing your platform and your books or your classes and sharing with everybody else. So it was a win-win. I was able to get the sponsorship to support and fund Survive and Thrive. And then you, as the entrepreneur, you were able to get sponsorship where I was basically sponsoring you, if you will, but I was promoting your brand. So that is how we came about this big cup. And the sponsor of the big cup had turned into just a wonderful thing, because from that point on, I was able to get sponsorships that made it so that I was able to host that first Survive and Thrive. And at that point, I knew that this cup was definitely, as God would say, my cup runneth over. And after going through, 16 rounds of radiation and 29 rounds, 16 rounds of chemo and 29 rounds of radiation, at all different times, it was a triumphant day to feel the fact that I made it through all of that. So when we talk about sponsor the big cup, this is what we're asking. We're asking for your sponsorships. We're asking you to be a sponsor of Survive and Thrive, because cancer recovery is a must, and it's not only for the survivor, it's also for the family. So I'm going to take off the screen share real quick so you guys can see me and you guys can actually see this big cup. So this is the big cup. So when we talk about sponsor the big cup, this is the big cup, and it's actually filled with water, and I usually sit here and drink it. And definitely during the summertime, because it's hot. It's hot and I need to stay hydrated, because you need to stay hydrated. All of you guys should stay hydrated. You should be drinking water the first thing when you wake up in the morning. That should be the first thing, is drinking water. Water is the best thing to drink in the morning to get your organs moving and get them, hydrated so they can start moving about. So moving on to the next thing, we're going to definitely be talking about Survive and Thrive. And this is where I'll just kind of shift gears a little bit. And we're going to mention some of our sponsors and some of the folks who have sponsored Survive and Thrive. And right now, some of our sponsors, and I'll be listing and talking about some of them, is we have Cocoa Pits, and I'll show their one of their products that they have. This is their pit detoxer. It's a 1 week pit detoxer. And what it does, it detoxifies your underarms. Because if you didn't know that the deodorants that we use have a lot of toxic metals and things in it that we don't realize can be leading to cancer and get into our lymphatic system under our arms. So you have lymph nodes under your arms that I actually had 2 of my lymph nodes removed during my treatment, or part of my plan is that they remove 2 of my lymph nodes. But this is a pit detoxer. It's a 1 week pit detoxification that will remove the chemicals and the things that are in your body. And you can find this at cocopits.com, and you can find their this particular product. This particular package is $35, and you can get yourself one and give it to someone who definitely needs it. Somebody who is really wanting to go all natural, and they want to naturally have, and natural soaps, natural products, so that they can live their best life that they feel they want to eat, especially vegans who and that's the thing, you don't want to put any toxins in your body, so you definitely have to think about that. So the next organization or next company that, and hold on just a second, you guys. The next company we're going to talk about is Karma Wellness Water. So we got Karma Wellness Water, and as I would say that this D came up with this whole tagline. It's called Get Your Karma Back with Karma Wellness Water. So Karma Wellness has the peel, push, and shake mechanism. This is a patented mechanism that they have where you can peel, push, and shake. And if you peel it, push it, shake it, and you can put and get all of the flavor that they have here and put it into your water. Now the water and everything, it's not pre-mixed. So if you've had pre-mixed drinks, this one here is not. It's not a pre-mixed drink, so that you can definitely get yourself all lubricated. It has 100% natural vitamins A, E, D, and B. And this one here is a natural energy boost. So this is a natural energy boost that you can get. And this one is the matcha tea. Matcha tea is what it is. So there's a little bit, you guys. Oh boy, this is a delay. So yeah. So the next organization or company we want to talk about is Sit, Sip, and Chat, and that's with Portia Gorham. Portia Gorham, she has a group on Facebook, and it's all about just mental health and all about you and getting your mind and your body right. So you can go and check her out on Facebook. Sit, Sip, and Chat is one of our sponsors. We definitely appreciate randomwriteradvice.com, and that's with Jim Vogel. He has a book that's called Random Writer Advice, and you can find it at randomwriteradvice.com. And that's where you can find Jim Vogel. We have Allison Best with ACN. And Allison, well, it's a delay. Yeah, I know. And Allison, she supports feeding the children. When you purchase any of the products through ACN, which they have products like phones, PG&E, all of those natural products or those normal products that you usually get, when you purchase them through ACN, you're able to help them give back to feeding the children, and which is definitely a great opportunity to do. So we also appreciate Woman of the Word Ministry. Hey, Rosalind. We thank Woman of the Word Ministry. That is with Wanaki Brown Beelan. She has, her website is womanofthewordministries.org. And what she does is that she supports women in communicating at their best level, so that there is definitely a build up, less confusion. Yes, I see. But you can check her out as well. Thank you, Rosalind, for coming in. So we also appreciate Campbell & Campbell Construction. Campbell & Campbell Construction is definitely a wonderful construction company here that supports those who need construction work. So you could definitely find them, Campbell & Campbell Construction. We also appreciate the fact that we have, hold on, we have Self-Inspired Apparel, which is a t-shirt company. You can find them at selfinspiredapparel.com. And you can look and see if you're into bling t-shirts and you want to see bling or you want to see some custom graphics. They have positive messages, great quality work. You can find them at www.selfinspiredapparel.com. Thank you, Rosalind, for coming in. We also appreciate some of our other sponsors that have come along the way. We love and appreciate Bay Area Cleaning Professionals, and she's out of Baytown, Texas. So if you need someone to come in and clean, like today she had this post that said, if you have the money and you can pay to have someone come and clean your house, what would you have them do? I said fold those clothes, because that's just something I just don't like to do. But and then other people had different things. But folding clothes for me, I don't know what your thoughts would be. What would you like for someone to do if you had the money to get a house cleaner or someone to come to your home? What would you get them to do? What would you want? So we definitely appreciate Bay Area cleaning professionals who have supported Survive and Thrive and have been a sponsor. They have been a continued sponsor of four sponsor the Big Cup. So again, for those of you guys who don't know what the Big Cup look like, this is the Big Cup. It is a big cup and it's filled with water. And I drink it. So we also appreciate Jatasha Harris. She is with the Mommy Juggler. She is one of our sponsors. We're going to be definitely posting those informations once I get some of the information from some of the folks. We have two other sponsors we'll be putting out once we get some of their information as well, so that we can post them and share them with you guys. So you guys can go and check them out and be a part of what they're doing. See what their companies are doing. Support their companies if you can. If there's something of interest that they do that you would definitely love to have, definitely go check them out. Yep. Mm-hmm. Don't drop it. So I think you should probably put it down so you don't drop it. So don't drop it. So we have a few other sponsors that we definitely appreciate who have sponsored Survive and Thrive, and some folks who have come back over and over, like Self-Inspired Apparel, like Ms. Naturally Patricia. So we definitely appreciate Ms. Naturally Patricia for being our sponsor continuously and being there to support Survive and Thrive. We definitely thank her for being there again. She made a wonderful, it's a bracelet. And let me just show you guys what it is, because I keep it right by me so that I can show it. So this is the bracelet that Miss Naturally Patricia made. It is the Survive and Thrive bracelet, the official bracelet, so that you guys can see it. Here it is, Survive and Thrive. And it has these wonderful little glitteries and stuff like that. So this is the Survive and Thrive bracelet, so that you guys can see it. So that's nice. So we thank, hey, Natasha, thank you for coming in. Hey. So that is our Survive and Thrive bracelet from Miss Naturally Patricia. So for those, there's Joy Lee. Not right now. You got to wait. 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 So yeah. So that's what we got. Again, Miss Naturally Patricia, we definitely appreciate her. We had some other, yes, isn't it beautiful? Okay, hold on, Joy Lee. Here, go in there. So yes, so we definitely appreciate our sponsors, for those who have supported Survive and Thrive and who have been a part of the platform for quite some time. We have Natasha here, who's also been who is a sponsor of Survive and Thrive. We appreciate her for being a sponsor of Survive and Thrive, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot of people, and it takes a kind heart to be able to do what you guys are doing. We have the Fashion Umbrella Foundation, who's also sponsor and who's sponsoring as well. She has supported with doing a lot of the back end things that you guys don't see. We definitely thank Natasha and Jacqueline for being and sponsoring their time, being on the Survive and Thrive Planning Committee. Latina, and there's a bunch of folks. Latina, Joshina, Pastor Scenaria, Elaine. We got Dr. Tammy who comes to the meeting. We have Elder Carmen King. We have Natasha and Jacqueline, who's right here. We got Hot Cat who comes. We have Sharon, of course, and we have Sume. And these are people who are on the committee, but they don't always necessarily come to the meetings. But they are there, and we definitely appreciate having them there and being a part of the platform, and we got Debbie, who's always there, who helps me because, I just be all in the street somewhere. So you guys know, and I definitely appreciate you guys coming and being there and just keeping us moving, because There's always something to do. We also got planning for next year. We're planning next year right now. So for those of you guys who are in the Baltimore and the DV area, DMV area rather, and you over in that area, we got New York where we're going. We're going to be here. Bring that trophy back in here. We got the DMV area here. Where did the trophy go? Yeah, he's going to break it. Tell him to bring it back. So we also appreciate those of you guys who are going to be participating for next year. So next year is going to be great. It's definitely going to be a great opportunity. So really quickly, we definitely appreciate all of the folks who sponsored their time, who sponsored what they have given. Dr. Landry, who's here, don't be screaming. Dr. Landry, who have given, and all the folks who just have participated with Survive and Thrive. Really quickly, this is our book from last year. The book from last year. We definitely appreciate all the folks who sponsored last year as well. We have Doug Rule, who gave us the t-shirts. We have Yolanda Wafer, who was definitely one of our sponsors, our major contributor. We definitely appreciate her, Yolanda Wafer. We have Wanaki with Woman of the Word Ministries. We got Rebecca Oasi. Rebecca Oasi, she gave me this jewelry. We thank Julia. Hi, Grammy is live right now. Hi, here, show her picture up there. Well, get it closer. Yeah, so that's it. We thank Julia Roston with BK Roston. We thank LaDonna Marie. We have Rose Boyd, who was a sponsor. We thank Self-Inspired Apparel again. We thank Sharon. We have Bay Area Cleaning Professionals again. We got Dr. Landry. We have Stacy Hunter, and it started with a butterfly. We had Elder Carmen King, who was a sponsor. Melissa Friesen with Butterfly Blessings for You. La Sonia Mason Richardson. We had Yate, who was a sponsor again, and we thank the Fashion Umbrella Foundation. Coach Dave and Terry. We have Afro Sewing, who was also a sponsor, who gave us Storm. And we thank Zakia Ringo, who was also a sponsor. We thank Elaine Daisley, who came and spoke all the way from New York. We got Jacqueline Sanders, who helped with time, and she supported the Survive and Thrive. We thank Danielle Wingham, who was Coach Danielle, who also supported. She supported last year as well. So the first year, 2017 and 2018. So we definitely appreciate Coach for supporting Survive and Thrive. We thank Allison Best, who I had just mentioned again with ACN. So that's AllisonBest.acn direct.com, and you can check her out. We thank Lynn, who's, I call her Live with Lynn in London, and Felicia Lynch with Kitch Consulting and Coaching. We thank author Geraldine Hollis, who's someone you definitely need to follow. We thank Hey Boy, Hey Taylor, and Arthie Lee for also giving us jewelry. We thank Tori Hunter, who is daughter of the other young lady. We thank Tommy Venerable, and we definitely appreciate Depth of Love Initiative, who also was a sponsor, and Alicia Perry, who is the executive director of Three Seeds, who also was and continue to be a sponsor by supporting Survive and Thrive. So we definitely appreciate all of those folks. And these are the books. So I still got some left over. So we still have a few books. So we definitely appreciate all the folks who were sponsors, who sponsored Survive and Thrive. So again, don't mind me, I'm just looking for stuff. So we definitely appreciate everyone who sponsored. And it was definitely a great time to be able to have you guys as sponsors. So with all of that, it is 8:19. So, these kids got me moving. So the one last thing that I will just kind of jump in and just kind of share with you guys about Survive and Thrive. And let me find it. Okay, hold tight, you guys. So what I'm looking for is our Survive and Thrive. So we probably can't find it. So I can't find it. So that's okay. I'm gonna just put a different one. So that's what it is. Survive and Thrive sponsor. So let's see, did I get that right? Okay, yes, I got it right. So let me just move over to the next screen, and then we're going to do a shared screen, you guys. And this is our Survive and Thrive sponsor screen. So here I go right there. So we're doing this shared screen. Hopefully you guys can see that. And we're just doing a total vision screen so you guys can see it a little bit better. So Survive and Thrive is definitely coming. It is our grassroots cancer awareness and recovery program that assists cancer survivors with recovery and how we can help them cover the cost of their copays so they don't have to delay treatment or they don't have to forego treatment. So one of the things is that the success of Survive and Thrive of this conference is definitely a personal mission of mine because you guys know my story. But the thing is that I was faced with a copay, a $5,000 copay, but fortunately, I did have insurance. I did have the insurance to be able to cover it. And those are the things that a lot of people don't get. And it wasn't part of my regular job insurance. That's the thing. It was not just a regular job insurance. These are things that we don't necessarily know, or we don't really think that it's going to happen. I didn't think that would happen to me. I mean, why would I? I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't consume anything. I'm not doing anything. So, and it's not in my family. My mom doesn't have it. My dad doesn't have it. So it was like, okay, why would I think that that would be something that I was dealing with? But the fact of the matter of being prepared and being just having the wherewithal to know that this is probably not something that you would suspect. So the fact that I did take the time to consider purchasing extra insurance, that the one of the reasons why it wasn't as devastating financially for me. Now, the one thing is that although, as I said, I had insurance, there's a lot of people out there that are faced with not having insurance and not being able to get their treatment. Some people have to forego their treatment or delay it. Cancer is not a thing that you delay. You don't just say, okay, I'll get back to you. Okay, give me about a week. Okay, give me a month. You can't give yourself a month. You can't give yourself a week. You don't want to do that. You want to go ahead and um, get this definitely this toxic mess out of you. You want to get this thing out of you. You don't want to sit there with it and have to worry about, do you have the money? Do you have the resources to be able to get some treatment to be able to save your life? Now, we know one of the richest men that was around who could not stop it. He had money. He got the transplants, but he still could not stop it. And he's no longer with us, and we all know who he is. But the thing is that he's not with us anymore. And the unfortunate part is that it doesn't matter. Your money isn't going to necessarily take care of everything. It can't. Your money will not buy you your life if that's what happens. But you want to be prepared. And as some of us will say, well, I don't need insurance because, if I'm not here, I don't need it. Well, that's true. But the insurance is not for you. When you're not here, your revenue stream of generation is not here either. Your children or your family members are not able to utilize your support. You're not there to be a contributor, a financial contributor to the family. You're not there to be able to support in case something happens and then your family members are cared for. So you have to keep in mind that, you want to be prepared and you don't want to sit and be wondering, what's going to happen, who's going to do what, or how this is going to happen. So the unfortunate part is that everyone doesn't have insurance, as I had shared with you guys. Everyone doesn't have that. But the thing is that what we can do is we can tell you what it is that what I did. I can share with you what it is that I did and how I was able to do that. But just keep in mind, it takes discipline to put your money in a place where you don't know if that's somewhere where, it's going to support or it's going to help or you're going to use it. Just like any other insurance. Y'all heard the classic thing. We'll put insurance on our phones, but we won't put insurance on ourselves. And we've all heard it because it's all true. You guys will go and get that extra warranty when you go get that washing machine or the refrigerator. Some of you guys will. And I'm not saying all of you guys, because some of you guys said, forget it. If it break down, I'll just get another one. That's that recycle thing anyway. But the thing is that you have to kind of keep in mind that cancer is one of those things that you don't know. No one knows. But one of the things I'll tell you guys, a lot of you guys won't go to the doctor. You won't go to the doctor because you're afraid that your doctor's going to tell you that you have cancer. You don't want to hear it. You just say, okay, I'm going to just act like I don't know. But, that's probably not your best choice. And it's not probably, that is not your best choice. That's not your best choice to do it that way. You have a family, you have people who love you and people who care about you. So you don't want to be sitting there doing that kind of stuff. So this is me. Hello. As you can see, this smile on my face is definitely, I'm excited about Survive and Thrive. We're going to have a good time. I just shared, of course, this morning with the team that, hey, we solidified the venue. The venue is the Hampton Inn Galleria. It is in Houston. If you are definitely want to be there, you want to go to this and you want to come, you want to be there, but it's not just for cancer survivors. So let's make sure we're clear. We're going to have people who are going to be talking about mindset. We're going to be talking about health, wealth, and recovery, about your money, about getting your money right, making sure that you putting your money in a spot just in case. These just in case situations will come up. Just the same as they say, we're living paycheck to paycheck. All of the percentage of us who's living paycheck to paycheck. Now you're living paycheck to paycheck already, and then some sickness come along. Just imagine what that's going to do. So we all know that cancer is not confined to one region or one demographic. So this journey, taking cancer and trying to rip cancer up out of our communities is definitely a goal. But we know that it's going to take some time to find that, that cure, or for those who say we have that cure, but we're not actually eating properly so that we can keep ourselves cured. The thing is that you have to understand that cancer is definitely something that we do have to keep on the forefront because of the way our society and our environments have become so toxic. But you also have to keep in mind that the demographic of cancer and how many people it is affecting. We know it affects children. We know it affects dogs, cats. It doesn't discriminate. My cat, Kitty, she had cancer. Kitty had cancer before I did. I didn't know Kitty had cancer, and I didn't know I had cancer before Kitty did, because my cancer, I didn't until November. Had cancer in the summertime. Now I thought she was just dehydrated. She just got sick or got a hold of something. But it was like, how is that? Because just prior to that, she was fine. She was probably moving and looking a little slow, but she was doing pretty good. And I was like, hey, Kitty. Kitty was good. But then all of a sudden, Kitty just started getting a little sick and dragging. And then she started throwing up constantly. And then, then she was going from left to right, meaning from the front end to the back end, to the windows to the wall. She was everywhere. And it was like, oh my God, what's going on with Kitty? So I took her to the doctor. They found out that she had pancreatitis and said that it is not normal for a cat to have pancreatitis. So basically she had cancer of her pancreas. And it was just awful. But then at one point, after I spent all them hundreds of dollars, she got better. And I was like, hoo, Kitty is better. Now my cat has been around longer than my grandchildren. My cat has watched every grandbaby come in the house. She whooped up on 2 of them, but the other ones she was okay with. She was okay with Little Bit because Little Bit was little, and Little Bit, she would let Little Bit hold her. The other ones, they moved around too much, so she had to tap them a couple times. and they were little. So when she tapped them, they were like, "Oh my God, this cat hit me!" But Kitty passed away, and the great thing is, she lasts long enough for when November, when I discovered my cancer, Kitty was still around. So she tried to hold on, but she couldn't quite hold on. Um, because she passed away, and I wasn't done with all of my stuff till the next following year, but Kitty held on as long as she could. And now we miss Kitty, and Kitty again has been around for a very long time. But when I discovered my cancer, of course, you know how they say, don't be around cats or other things like that, but I just said, no, I'm going to be around my cat. I'm just going to put gloves on. And she was sick too, and she was going from left to right, and I had to clean it up. But I just put gloves on to get some kind of bacteria, and me and her would have been all over the floor. But she's definitely missed. I don't have any more cats. I do plan to get cats. So if you guys know of some Persian cats, I want a black one and a white one. Kitty was a black cat, and she was a big hair, long hair cat. And so people was always scared of her because she was big, but she really wasn't big. She just had a lot of hair. But that's Kitty. But as you guys can see, we know that Survive and Thrive is definitely going to be great. Kitty was also part of that inspiration because cats get sick, cats get cancer, kids get cancer, adults get cancer. And we want to be able to bring us out of that. We don't want to hang in that world forever because we are survivors, because we can do something and we can help each other. And because, again, as I have here, it's because if you didn't know, the cancer treatment is expensive, you guys. And even to stay healthy, it's expensive because if you want to eat fresh foods, you got to eat it every day. So you got to buy them every day, at least so many days. But you can, get them and freeze them and do that with it. But you got to keep in mind that in order to eat healthy and stay as healthy as you like, it does cost a little bit because you got to kind of keep turning that food over and over. Now, if you go and plant some food in the backyard, like I want to do, then that would be okay. So we know that cancer will deplete your resources as well. So we don't want to have that happen. So the other part of this as we move on is, as expected, this is going to be an amazing event for everybody who attends. Our goal is for you to leave renewed, have an understanding of self-care, financial literacy, and recovery that will impact your recovery. And that's definitely what we want to do. In order to make this possible, we definitely need your support. We want to be able to help 10 survivors and cover the cost of their copay so that they don't have to forego treatment or, hey, you guys, get the door. Because you didn't anticipate being diagnosed with cancer, there were no provisions set aside to cover the cost of this large amount of money in this life-changing expense that you are going to have to forego. So what we're looking for you guys to do, for those of you guys who can, you see the link right there, bit.ly/Survive and Thrive sponsor. There it is, and there you guys go. As you guys know, we got real life going on over here. Now, as a sponsor, your support is definitely appreciated and can be received through monetary or in-kind sponsorships that will definitely help Survive and Thrive be and do where it is, and be able to support those, excuse me, who will be coming to this event. So the last part of it is definitely just to share with you guys. My friend here, Sharon. Sharon Rose is actually a good friend. She's a family member. She's my sister. And Survive and Thrive, definitely the recovery is going to be always dedicated to her, because back in 2018 and on April, she passed away. She was diagnosed with cancer. She had colon cancer, and then it spread to her liver, and that old dang cancer kept going. It kept going, although she kept fighting and she kept fighting, and she battled it for 6 years. She did chemo for 6 years, and she kept going and she kept living, and she kept telling everybody else they need to live, and don't regret anything. Don't put back or let loose of nothing. Live each day. Thank God for living. Celebrate life, enjoy your family, have as much fun as you can. And she definitely was someone you would wanted to know. She was at the first Survive and Thrive, but during the planning of the second one, she passed away. But we talked and we had plans and things that we were going to do, how we were going to help other survivors get through it, how we were going to make it so that if they were in fear and they didn't know what was next, that we would just share with them what it was that we did and how we were able to get through it. So, as you can see, her smile is definitely unforgettable. Her laughter is contagious. She loved unconditionally, but she didn't hold her tongue either because she talked a whole lot of mess. For the right reasons, though. The love she had definitely for her families and friends, it showed up in everything she did. Her compassion that she had to help those who were in need. It didn't matter who you were. If she could help you, she would do it. If she needed to drive you somewhere, then she would drive you somewhere. So Survive and Thrive Cancer Recovery is all about hope that she inspired with her family, her grandchildren. And actually today her grandson graduated. So Sharon, he did it. He graduated. He graduated today. So, and she sees it and she's able to see it. I can see it. So I'm definitely loving and appreciating the fact that I could be a part of what they're doing. So each year, we know that Survive and Thrive is definitely dedicated to her strength and the life that she lived. And she definitely lived it to the fullest with no regrets. She did everything she wanted to do. She went places, she ate whatever she wanted, even though we were telling her she needed to stop. But she did it. The strength and courage, of course, that she gave to her, to other survivors, to me, and letting me know and helping me during this time, that endurance that she had to, face these harsh side effects of chemo. And, when she just kind of told me she was tired and, it's like continuing to continue. And it was like, okay, she had to, keep doing chemo. And then she did chemo at home. And then she had the pills. And then she had the one that attached to you. And then, so look, you guys, this stuff can get real serious. So, we want to be able to support those who are there, who are battling this, the people who you don't see, the ones that don't show you what they're doing, the ones that are going through it, that are in fear or hiding, and they just don't want nobody to know. We definitely going to miss her smile and her spirit, but her legacy of hope and faith will definitely live on. It lives on in me and what I do and what we shared, and how we can continue to help those who are just discovering that they are diagnosed with cancer. And as we look at the statistics of cancer and how it's growing, we have California as the largest diagnosis for 2019 at 100. I'm gonna just round this up, 187,000. It's like 186,895. And Texas, which is where we're going, is the next largest. It's at, I'm gonna round this one, basically 125,000 people who were diagnosed. And these are new diagnoses in 2019, according to the American Cancer Society. So we know that this is definitely something that needs to be addressed. We want to be able to help those survivors get their life back, how to help them rejuvenate themselves once they've gotten over their treatment and the treatment is over. How do we help them? And the way we look to help them is hosting Survive and Thrive, to be able to help those who are going through this battle, who are still mentally going through treatment. They may have physically stopped it, but they mentally are still going through treatment. Right to this day, you guys, I have neuropathy. My feet, right now, my feet is like tingling, like numb. My fingers are numb, even though it's hot. But the minute I turn on the fan, that chill of cold will go to the top layer of my nerves. They go to that layer of the nerve, and then it starts, it hurts or it tingles, and it's just awful. But we keep moving. As we say, little girls be stepping. They be stepping. We still stepping. So we just keep it moving. But I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with me for as long as we did. Actually, we're making good timing, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. But definitely for all of the sponsors and all the folks who have sponsored and all the sponsors that are coming, we have another sponsor. Again, as I said, we have a few more sponsors that we want to put out and let you guys share them and celebrate them and go. We have some sponsors that are going to be coming that I connected with on Instagram. We have Skinny Teas. They're going to sponsor. We have Dr. Landry, as I mentioned earlier. We have a couple of people even over there who are going to help and sponsor. And we're looking forward to working with them and sharing them with you guys. So I'm going to stop this screen share so I could see you guys and y'all could see me. Okay, stop the screen share. Hey, you guys, how you guys doing? So I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out as long as you guys did. But when you see the post, one thing I just ask you guys, share the post. If you can share it, the natural, as they say, what, organic shares, as many shares as you can do. If you see any post about Survive and Thrive, share it for me. If you see it, comment, engage, ask questions, and so that we can get this message out and spread it out. If you want to get any of the graphics that I have, just copy the graphics off of my page. I don't care. You could grab the words off and just repost it and post it to your page. Share it. Share this platform out that you see we're doing right now. Share this broadcast. Thank you guys over there. Thank you, Natasha, for the hearts. Share it out. And again, with definitely Natasha and Jacqueline, who's over here. But for those of you guys who are looking, if you know someone who should be a sponsor, let me know. Oh, this is what I did. I was finding sponsors. I called Massage Envy, and I'm definitely waiting for them to be able to get back to me. So we got Massage Envy of Houston is who I'm looking for now. I didn't say we got Massage Envy. They not necessarily booked themselves to be there, but I'm calling them. I'm calling Massage Envy. I'm calling a lot of the small businesses that are in Houston in the 77207 area because that's close. Because y'all know Houston's big. At least I don't know, but I'm waiting to get there because, like I told y'all, I want a big shrimp, I want a big filet mignon, and I want a big salad. Y'all doing it big. I want to do it big. I want to eat everything I can find. So I probably need to slow down because I'm like, I want to find everything y'all got going on out there, and I just want to just be a part of it. I want to be a part of it. So anyway, we're gonna get ready to go. I thank all of you guys who are over here on Periscope. For those who are hanging out, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys over there on Facebook. As I said, the early bird tickets for Survive and Thrive is now. If you are interested, you want to be here, you can check us out on Eventbrite, or you can go to and let me just hit that link. Actually, you can just go to Eventbrite, but it's Survive and Thrive tickets. Early bird tickets are right now very, very good price. $50 will get you in there for 2 days. 2 days. 2 days. You got it? 2 days. One ticket for one day is $30. We got VIP if you get your tickets before June 30th. That's the VIP. And then the great thing is that you get to be a part of the meet and greet on the first day. That's when Massage Envy is going to be there. So that's the meet and greet day. That's when we want them there. So hold on, wait a minute. When we get them, we'll let y'all know. Okay, we'll let y'all know. But the goal is to have makeup and pamper. It's a pamper conversation, meet and greet. Authors, if you are an author and you're in the 77207, you want to be there. Come and get yourself a vendor table. It's $75 for one day, 150. So it's just half. I don't got time to be doing no whole bunch of bath. Okay. You want 2 days, it's 150. You want one day, it's half of that. Okay. So do the math. So if you want to set up a vendor table and bring your books, do your book signing, I have the venue, you pay for the table. So that's the best thing you got. You want to host yourself a book, you guys got till October, okay? You got till October. You want to have a book signing, you need to be at Survive and Thrive, and you definitely want to be there on the first day. First day is networking, pampering, exclusive fashion show look through. Okay, call it what you want. I just made up a name. but you get to see the exclusive new collection and very, very great special prices for those who are a part of the VIP. So VIP gets a part of the first collection, and you get definitely special prices on purchasing any of the products that are there of her garments. If you are interested and you want to go and check her out, it is called the, hold on, House of Anthony, Michelle. I think I got that right. So let's say the House of, oh no, I got an M instead of an N. Okay, hold on. Y'all know I can't see that. N. Anthony Michelle. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, I think that's right. So let's actually let's change the color because I think her name looks good when it's in black. In black. So the House of Anthony Michelle, go check her out. You can go find it on YouTube. If you look on YouTube, you can see some of the things that she has done. Really great design. She got very good skills, very good stuff. Go check it out. The House of Anthony Michelle. You can check her out on YouTube. Matter of fact, hold on for a second. I will get it for you guys, so y'all don't have to. I don't know why that be doing that. Okay, hold on, y'all. We done ended up on YouTube. No, we done ended up on Amazon. Okay, hold on. Ask me why that thing is doing that. I don't even know. Okay, so let's see if we can get it right here. Hold on, y'all. YouTube. Okay, our YouTube is not working. Hold tight. We gonna get it. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna do a screen share for you guys so that you guys can see it. So just give me a second. Okay. And then we're gonna turn it down. So if you guys are ready, I'm gonna just give you guys a preview of it and then so that you guys can see. Okay. So there you guys go. So that's what we're going to be participating in. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you want to go and get your tickets and get your tickets soon. Because again, as I said, the VIP tickets are going on are for sale now. You want to go to bit.ly/Survive and Thrive tickets. And that's where you can go bit.ly/Survive and Thrive tickets. Okay, I'm not going to put that in there. you guys got it. If you are definitely interested and you want to find out more, you can go to bit.ly/survive and thrive tickets, or you can go to Eventbrite and you'll be able to see all of what we got going on. If you like to be a vendor, if you like to be one, have a table on the Friday, if you want to be a sponsor, you could also go and find out more about being a sponsor, as I have it down here at the link. Sponsor, that's where the sponsorships can be done. You can be a sponsor there. And again, the Survive and Thrive tickets is where you can get your tickets. So for those of you guys who wasn't here earlier, I thank all of you guys. So it's like 8:50. So I'm going to go ahead and get going. I appreciate all of you guys popping in, for being here and watching this presentation. So, but I thank you guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Tomorrow is Fundraise Friday. We definitely still talk about sponsors. And if you would love to be a sponsor, you get 1 week of promo for $100. I promote your brand all week, for a whole week. And as you see the video here, I'll be showing a video, or I'll show your website, or we talk about your book or your class, or you can come on live with me and you can talk about it yourself. So thank you, Jacqueline and Natasha over there on Periscope. Thank you guys for coming in here. Hot Cat, we don't know where Hot Cat is. And Terry, we don't know. And Rosalind, we don't know where they went. And Coach Dave, but definitely connect with Coach Dave, because Coach Dave is the man. So again, don't miss the exclusive that you guys can be a part of that event. The fashion show is going to be on Saturday, but on Friday, you get to see the sneak peek of the collection release. And you get to have first dibs at picking all of the great stuff that's going to be in that collection. So there you guys go. Check it out. And if you'd like to sponsor the Big Cup and be a part of Survive and Thrive and support what we're doing and how we're helping those who may have family members, loved ones, pets who have been diagnosed with cancer and they are in the definitely recovery, or the family is in recovery. If you're in recovery, you need some support. You need to be able to know and feel that there's others that are out there that definitely support you. So thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Jacqueline and Natasha. See you guys later. Bye-bye.